'Tis the season to be merry, especially if you're an Xbox Game Pass member. So whether you've got a standard subscription or an ultimate one, Game Pass will be sneaking a little something under the tree for you in December. So let's take a look at the new arrivals. First up, we've got a bunch of new games getting added to the Game Pass standard catalogue before we get into some newer additions. The 4th of December will also see Game Pass standard members joining the ultimate rivals on the tarmac in Forza Motorsport. With state-of-the-art visuals and real-time ray tracing, it's an incredible bit of video game engineering, if you ask me, and I know you did. It looks beautiful, runs like butter, it really is the most realistic racing sim ever made. There's another slightly less realistic racing game coming on the same day to Ultimate 2, but don't worry, we're going to get into it in a bit. Haunty will also be crossing over to the Game Pass standard realm on the 4th. It was a day one arrival early this year, and its distinctive art style makes it one of 2024's most eerily beautiful games. Haunting, you might say. Humanity comes to Game Pass standard on the 4th as well, so a whole bunch more players will get to put their crowd control skills to the test. Like a lot of games, Carry On features a big, horrible monster. Except in this reverse horror 2D side scroller, you are the big horrible monster. So feel free to gobble up as many scientists and develop as many new mutations as you like. It will be available to all Game Pass members from the 2nd of January, and 5 days later it will be joined by Road 96. This story-driven first-person adventure tasks the player with hitchhiking their way out of an authoritarian country, whilst its procedurally generated routes ensure that they hit quite a few bumps along the way. But now, let's move on to what Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass members have to look forward to as well. On December 9th, Indiana Jones comes sliding onto Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass, hopefully remembering to reach back and grab his fedora in the process. Bethesda and Machine Games' new first-person adventure in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games is the game everyone who grew up watching these movies dreamed of playing. Set between Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle has Indy travelling to picturesque locations across the globe on a quest to solve an ancient mystery. You'll be sneaking your way through the Vatican, digging up relics in Egypt, solving puzzles and fighting sinister forces wherever you go. And yes, you do get to do that thing where Indy uses his whip to slap the gun out of an enemy's hand. And yes, it's just as satisfying as you thought it was going to be. Right, so remember that other racing game I mentioned coming on the 4th? It may not have Silverstone, but it does have 100% more Bandicoot. I'm talking about Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel when it comes speeding onto all tiers of Game Pass, where it can park itself right next to the beloved Bandicoot's insane trilogy. If you're looking for a classic Crashic action, Game Pass is going to be the place to be, I'm afraid. And Crashic is a perfectly good word, by the way. Thank you very much. On the 5th, we've got a game that racing fans are sure to rally around. It's EA Sports WRC. As the official game of the FIA World Rally Championship, it's licensed out the wazoo with over 200 competition stages and more than 78 rally cars from teams like Toyota, M-Sport and Hyundai. And they all drive beautifully thanks to the game's dynamic handling system, which you can actually tailor to your own experience level. Fancy that. But if you still think you can build a better car than those eggheads with their fancy degrees and years of actual car building experience, you're free to do exactly that in the builder mode. A wise man once said, if you come at the king, you best not miss. And that's doubly true if the king has a magical soul-stealing crown and anime fighting style powers like the one in Overthrown. You'll be playing as that magical monarch, using your abilities to turn the barren wilderness into a thriving city. Move stuff around, dig up resources, and slowly craft a place that people will want to live. Otherwise, you're gonna quickly find yourself in charge of a ghost town. But beware, the bigger your city gets, the more likely you are to be attacked by mutants, bandits, and potentially even other players, at which point you'll have to get your sword out and protect your people yourself. Overthrown is a day one release on Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass, just like Kinitsigami Path of the Goddess, which is another game you should definitely check out if you like this mixture of overarching strategy and hands-on combat. Winter is coming. In fact, it's very much already here, but things are getting even more wintry on the 10th with the arrival of Wild Frost. Coming to Xbox consoles for the very first time, this decidedly chilly deck-building game puts you on a quest to defeat the Frost Guardian before the whole world is consumed by an endless winter. To do that, you're going to need to brave the tundra, taking on enemies in tactical turn-based battles and recruiting a variety of extremely cute but very chilly companions to fight alongside you. Since Wild Frost is a roguelike, don't expect every one of your expeditions to be a success, but each run will help you unlock new cards until you've got a deck that really feels like your own and enough firepower to overcome that said Wild Frost. But what will you be playing this month? Hit us up in the comments and let me know. I'm going to reply to you all. Toodles!